Is Moldavite dangerous? There's been some things going on in my life lately that have really made me realize the dangers of Moldavite. Is Moldavite dangerous? That's exactly what this video is about. Meet the love of my life, Moldavite. When I say the love of my life, I'm really not kidding here. It hasn't been the easiest of loves. It's always been deeply passionate, but there's been some serious pain. This is something I think everybody should know. If you like what you hear, if you like what you see, don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. It helps a lot. And that being said, stick around. You're not going to want to miss this information. When it comes to Moldavite, it comes to destruction. When I say destruction, what I really mean is things in your life are going to fall apart. At first, you might realize all of a sudden that the career that you've been pouring your heart into for your entire life sucks to you. It's not what you really want. It's not who you really are. Perhaps Moldavite isn't something to be brought into your life if you are in a place of refusal for wanting anything to change. If you've built yourself into a lot of the reality around you, and that's important to you, if you're really attached to these ideas and concepts of who you are, then Moldavite is seriously dangerous. Is dangerous good? Is dangerous bad? It's not only the destruction of perhaps a career. This can spread into a lot of different areas in your life, and I promise you that it will. You could start discovering that the music that you like listening to doesn't sound good anymore. The food that was your comfort food, all of a sudden it just isn't you. Your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your best friend, all of these things can really start to fall apart. And I know I'm presenting it in an excitable way, but I'm just trying to get the message across. This has really been something that has deeply affected me, especially recently. All these things have been falling out of my life, and it's been such a beautiful journey that I have embraced. Things can be really ripped away from you. You will be, imagine like laying on a blanket, ripped up and just everything flying everywhere and looking at all the scattered pieces, trying to figure out who you are. In my opinion, that's why it could be so transformational, but it's been especially difficult for me lately. And so Moldavite can be dangerous, and you got to know that things are going to get destroyed. Things are going to be turned upside down, okay? Moldavite is for sure a space rock. I mean, this thing is 100% part from outer space. It's part of why this vibration is so high. And the thing is here, and it sounds really weird, but trust me in that when you work with Moldavite, it's going to open you up to this. It kind of just folds your face open, like I guess in a sense unfolds it to this whole different dimensional reality of possibilities. There's a lot of beautiful things in there, but there's a lot of dangers too. I have been opened up personally to some pretty ridiculous experiences, interacting with some kind of entities, feeling presences, seeing things that maybe aren't there or maybe are there but you didn't see before. There's this really alien feel to Moldavite that it brings into your life. This can be dangerous, especially if you're not ready for that. You need to be ready for the power of Moldavite. There's all kinds of weird things that can start to take place. Now, one thing to note is that a lot of these things take place a little bit later on in the transformation. You don't get Moldavite and then instantly aliens, for instance, are beaming down to you. You go through a lot of those layers and a lot of that destruction I talked about first. But this is kind of the second danger that I want to talk about. I have not experienced any kind of bad thing for myself, but I can feel that there are these potentials there. I can feel that there are these places where something could maybe interact with me because I'm more open to it, and maybe that could be devastating. I'm not just talking about other beings. I'm talking about a level of consciousness that starts to develop in you, a level of awareness, this vibrational realization of the way that things kind of are all of a sudden. And I'm not going to talk about the reality of it or that kind of depth because it goes really deep, and I have a lot of other videos on that. But going from this to this, and it happens fast with Moldavite, guys. I mean, the transformation is just intense, and it's really forceful and dangerous and rapid and awesome and the whole mix. But it happens so quickly that there's not much time to adjust to the minute changes that happen over time. It almost feels more like a teleportation which again is why I believe that it's called the crystal of transformation, is because it is so transformative in how rapid it happens. To me, it really does feel like this kind of teleportation that's taking place. From one day to the next, I'm a new person. And with that new person comes this new consciousness, this new awareness, this new literal perspective of reality. And things actually look different. Things look different. It's not just in my head. Things are different. Things feel different. Things smell different. I am different. This is part of the beautiful transformation that is Moldavite, is this rapid change, this teleportation into this new existence. But this is serious. There's this thing called Pandora's box, and once you open it, I really don't think that you could close it. If I were to take my Moldavite and put it away forever now, these changes, these things that I've seen, these feelings that I've felt, these things that have been destroyed and rebuilt in my life, I just can't unsee it. I could not go back even if I wanted to. Now, I don't want to, but if I did, that's kind of a dangerous and scary understanding right there. So it's important that you know that there is this level of consciousness that your mind and your face will just kind of see all of a sudden. And it's incredibly beautiful, but it can really throw a lot of people kind of out of their mind for a little bit. The reason for this, the reason it can really kind of throw you out of your mind, your consciousness is raising, and you could be somebody who sees this change and goes, wow, this is magnificent. But there's this piece of me that can see that if I wasn't quite ready for it, that it could have been really traumatic and traumatizing. It could have been. All these things changing and exploding around me, and all this kind of interdimensional experiences that I've been having, and this vibration raising, and the actual way of things, how they look, changing, with all of that being mixed up, I could potentially see myself, now again, I haven't, but I could see myself in the fetal position in the corner going, life's not real. This is a video game. There's no point to anything. You see what I'm saying? Again, bring it back to the dark night of the soul. I could really see this bringing that about. Now, all of these are things that are on a journey of transformation to becoming the real butterfly that we are out of this caterpillar, right? There's a lot of beauty in that. But is it painful? Yeah. Is it scary at times? Yeah. Is it dangerous? Hell yes. There's no question about it to me anymore. The question is, do you like danger? Are you ready for the danger? Since I've got Moldavite in my life, I've completely changed my career idea. I quit my job. I don't have any friends anymore. I am not the Nathan that I was. Not even close. We go through changes, like every few years you could look back and say, I'm a completely different person now. But with this, it's very different. You don't look back and go, I'm a different person. It's, you are a different person. Like, I don't even identify even close to how I did before I began working with Moldavite. I can't believe it. My mind is completely gone. And that's really the last thing that I want to say about the dangers of Moldavite, and it's a really important one. I can't speak for you. Again, I'm speaking for me here, but hopefully I could reach out to you in this and be all deep and realistic here with you. I don't really feel like I have an identity anymore. There is no self, there is no me, there is no Nathan. Nathan is just a name, just this idea that I used to have, and I'm not interested in it anymore. I am no longer interested in myself. I'm no longer interested in the idea of building the self in that way. Everything that I thought life was about and that I had put myself into has been torn away. Are you ready for these things to be torn away? Maybe that's not how it'll go for you. I really believe that Moldavite gives people whatever transformation that they need the most. Maybe for me, that's what I needed to transform, was to have the idea of myself ripped away. I had a lot of ego problems for a while, and I see that's where all my pain and suffering came from. Perhaps for you or for any other individual, it's something different. Something different might be the way that Moldavite will make you transform, right? So no, maybe it's not going to tear you away from yourself, but I guarantee you that it's going to do some pretty intense stuff. And with intensity comes danger. It comes the understanding that you need for yourself is that, yes, Moldavite is dangerous. Be ready. So that's pretty much my take on the dangers of Moldavite. Is there more to say? Yeah. Is there less to say? Yeah, I talk a lot. But I really hope that there's a seriousness that you took from what I said here, because this is not just winging it or trying to make a cool video. This is serious stuff. Moldavite is very serious and of the power that it carries with it. That power, I just want to make clear now that I'm towards the end of my video, I love it. I would never go back. I love the way that life is since I opened Pandora's box. But if at any point I ever decide that I don't anymore, it doesn't matter. It's too late. That's the danger of Moldavite. The choice that you make now is a permanent one, in my opinion, especially once you begin to work with it. I really love crystals, guys. I really love Moldavite. I got a lot more stuff coming. I think you're really gonna like the kinds of things that are coming through right now. So thank you so much for watching. Don't underestimate the danger of Moldavite. Don't underestimate the power of Moldavite. Moldavite will be there for you, but it's going to be intense. Thanks for watching. Bye.